Hi guys, I'm Annabelle and welcome to Meeple Village. Say hi, Clem. She says hi. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of Cyberpunk Gangs of Night City, the board game. Join me at the table and let's see what's in the box. So this is the last one out of all the games I got for my birthday, and I actually bought it myself, but I had money from that specific store or credit, and also there was I had a discount because of my birthday. So I looked around and this one was the one that called out to me. I have not played the video game, but I've seen other people play it, and I do think I played it for a little bit. It's just too stressful for me. It's not my type of game. Hopefully in board game form it'll be easier to swallow, but I know it's an awesome game, and I know that the story is really good and the world just looks amazing with all the cyberpunk stuff. So this is actually a competitive game for 1 to 4 players. So I'm guessing that even though we're competing, the monsters are gonna, or the gangs or the enemies are gonna be run by an AI, but I'm not 100% sure. Ages 14 and up, and then 90 to 120 minutes to play. So it is on the long side, and you know, as colorful as Cyberpunk is, I don't know if this one looks too colorful, you know, with all the neon colors and all of that. I know the minis are different color, but hopefully you can paint those. Although just based on what I see right here, they might not be the best quality minis. You know, it's Cyberpunk, so of course it's gonna be sold, right? And there's our guy. I think his name is Neo, but of course we all know him. So anyways, let's open it up. Have you played Cyberpunk, the video game? And if you have played it, what did you think of it? Did you enjoy it, or am I getting myself into something that I probably shouldn't have gotten myself into? I guess I'll find out either way. So first thing we find is advertisement. Okay. Free common content. And then the rule book, and then let's put that aside. There is a double-sided board, according to what I read. 1 billion tokens. So I expected more of these, but I guess. Oh, and then there's a nice box. So we'll take a look at everything that I took out first, and then we'll come back. All right. So first the rule book. Wow, very, very yellow. See, this is colorful. All right. Unit rules, gang units. Okay, player turn, setup. Okay, and looks like it's going to be more complicated than I anticipated, although I did think it's going to be complicated. But okay, end of the game, stories, story cards. I'm not sure what the stories are. Single player mode. Okay, so there is a little bit of a difference when you're playing solo. So I don't know if that means that when you're playing with someone else, someone takes the side of the bad guys. Common slang. Okay, well, I guess now I can speak Cyberpunk. And a turn summary, which is great. I love when they do this. A couple of some important information right on the back. All right, so next up, let's look at the board, because that's going to determine how much space does this thing take, and apparently it takes a lot. And let's see if I can figure it out. There we go. Oof. All right, yeah, so almost the whole table. And I know it's double-sided, so I don't know. I don't know what side is what. I'm guessing that one side is for if you're playing with more than 1 players, but I can't seem to find anywhere that indicates that. So this is the other side. Yeah. Right now, just looking at it quickly, they look exactly the same, but I'm sure there's differences because they wouldn't have printed it the same on both sides. All right, next up we have a couple of tokens, not too many. I did read on the back of the books that there's a lot of tokens. I'm like, oh my gosh, so many tokens, I'm gonna be here forever. But this one doesn't seem like it's too much. Move 1 friendly unit, and the rest are time tokens, access. And this is the back. And then we have what I assume is our characters, the different people we can play as, although I guess we're controlling units. And here's a little bit of a backstory on this guy. Here's Valentino's and the back. Or maybe it's the name of the gangs. Voodoo Boys? I don't really know. I guess I'm gonna have to learn the slang first, but it would make sense because you have in the gangs people that are, I guess, solos, netrunners, and then techies. So if these are the characters, then there's 4 to play with, which again makes sense because it's a 1 to 4 player game. And then finally we have a few more tokens, also very colorful. And this is the back. All right, so we're back here, and Gangs of Night City, the board game 2077. Oh, there's even more stuff down there. Okay, I'm guessing these are our minis since there's a picture of them in the back. So let's take a look at some of this stuff, and then we'll go back to the minis in a minute. So we've got standees. We've got 2 six-sided dice. No, nothing crazy here. That's it. And then we have a bunch of different cards, some bigger than others, separated. So let's take a look at the minis because I always like to leave the cards for last just in case you don't want to get spoilers for the gameplay. So I like that they did this, that they tell you where the minis go because, you know, sometimes it's obvious, like this guy, you know, probably goes there because he's tiny or, you know, smaller than the other guys. But there are times where I go crazy. Like actually, I'm going through Marvel Zombies right now, and I'm painting a couple at a time. And then when I try to put them back, I don't remember where I took them out of, and it's been such a puzzle. And then one day I knocked it by mistake. I just went like that, and all the minis came out, and I had quite a hard time. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's take a look at the minis. All right, so we'll start with the ones on the bottom. That looks like, yeah, Neo. And I'm not going to know anybody's name because, again, I've only played the game very shortly. And it was quite a long time ago, so forget it. I'm not going to even try. But at least these don't look as bad as I thought they were going to look as far as quality. And I wonder if the colors on the minis matter because that's always an issue when you're painting because you don't want to mess up, you know, whatever indicates what mini is what, which I guess you can always just not paint the bases. But let's be real, when you're painting, the bases get messed up. So unless you protect them somehow, which if you're lazy like I am, I don't. I just paint them later. But I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I guess it's safe to say to read the instructions first to see if the colors actually do matter. And speaking of colors, here's our first guys. It's interesting, they have a shape on the bottom, so maybe that's enough. I don't know if all the orange ones seem to have the same shape. And I realized that there's actually 3 of those that I was showing you, so why show you all 3? And there's also 3 of these and 3 of these, but then the shapes do change. Even though they're orange, they have different shapes. And there we go to yellow. My guess is that the shape has something to do with what kind of unit they are, netrunner, solo, techie. And apparently there's 3 of each because there's 3 of these yellow, what is it, octagon? Yeah. And then there's 3 squares. Then we have this kind of green. And there's always 3 of them. Here's the other one. And then the square. And finally purple. There's 3 of each as well. And 3 of these ones. All right, so we're down 2 cards. We're gonna start with the, I guess, larger ones. And these have, I guess, information for everybody, so let's check them out. So something about action discs and a turn summary. So I'm guessing this is, you know, just your player aid. And okay, you're fine before your game. Not sure what these things are. Night City Tour, maybe scenarios. Oops, there we go. A lot of Night City Tours. I don't know if they're the same. Another one. I guess Oh, there's, okay, so this one is the tutorial. So yeah, my guess is there are scenarios, and then as you progress, you get more difficult missions. Yeah, definitely. It seems to me like maybe, I mean, I don't think there's a campaign, but like different acts within missions, right? And of course, I shouldn't be spoiling these, so we'll go kind of quickly. Now I notice that I shouldn't be spoiling this. I can't see it, so. So Act 4, 3B, 2B, Act 3A. So there's quite a lot. And then of course we're just gonna skim through these. The art is not that great anyways. There's nothing to see if you don't know what you're doing. And finally these, which are, I guess, side quests, maybe? At least the first two say side. Which, you know, in video games there's always side quests, so I wouldn't be surprised. You know, how many times have you played a video game and you have to collect all of the little, I don't know, statues that are all over the place? So next up we have combat cards. Are they all combat cards? Yes, they are. Okay, let's see if there's art here. Yes, there is. Sure. I don't know. Maybe if you've played the video games, this looks familiar. I have no idea what these things are. I guess I will find out. Here's the thing, I'm going to play the board game and then I'm going to want to go play the video game. And again, that video game stresses me. So what am I going to do? Ask somebody to play and I'll watch. Okay, next up we have opportunities, which end here. Wow, what's with the tiny font? It's just all this space is just for one die or two or three. Okay. Don't know if I love the design of the cards, but maybe when I know much more about it, I will get into it. And then Edge Runner. Yep. Okay, finally some people. Oh, his name is Johnny? Well, I guess I know him as Neo. See, that's what I'm telling you. Vector. I don't know much about this game. And then this is the last one. We have a couple of district cards, and then these are different. So let's look at the districts. City center. Okay. Again, you probably know this if you played the game. And then, not sure what these are. Single player summary card. Okay. Now, are these double-sided? Yeah. Okay, these seem like the character we saw before. Maybe a little bit more information about him, and a profile for the Edge Runner. There we go. And before I put it away, I do appreciate that there are symbols that, of course, now I don't understand. There's even a place to put both of your dice. So that I appreciate. I don't know if there's symbols underneath the cards as well. Looks like they're not. Nope. But, you know, I guess we know that some things go there. I don't know if you use them during play or why are they there, but they're there. And that's everything that comes in the game for Cyberpunk. What is it called? Gangs of Night City, the board game. I gotta say, I didn't even know this game existed. I just saw it, and out of all the games I saw there, I was like, you know what? It's 1 to 4. I can get behind a solo. I saw some other games that they were not solo games, so I went with this one, and I do think I will enjoy it. Of course, I need to read the rules, but there's a little bit of luck. I like the whole discovering new things as you go. So, you know, you start at one stage and then you move on to the next. I enjoy that kind of stuff. So, but if you want to learn more about the game and you want to see me do a run through, then let me know on the comments below. All right, so I'll see you guys on the next one. Subscribe to the channel, follow us on social media, and until then, may you play more games.